everyone, it's Cassidy and welcome back to my channel. So it's the greatest time of the month. It is time for my TBR. I am once again shocked that another month has passed us by and it is August, the last full month of summer. And have I done anything summer-like? No, I've just worked. So I love that for me. So I didn't feel like going and grabbing all the books that I read this month. And I really don't remember what books what prompts these books were picked for. I have read Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I did read The Agathas by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. And I'm currently reading Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and I should get to page at least 200 today. It's only the 22nd. I feel like I'm filming this really early, but I like to film these on the weekend. It's the best time for me to film. And I think there's only one more weekend. So, and that's like the end of the month. So I need time to edit this as well. So maybe I am filming this a bit early, but oh well. I am hoping to finish this by Monday because it's my mom's copy and I'm seeing her on Monday, so I'd like to be able to give this back to her. I have 3 books, but I'm not reading all 3. I only need to read 2 of them. I might be delusional, but I feel like I could read both of these. I'm gonna read Stalking Jack the Ripper not after. I feel like I can read these both, but this is where the trickiness comes in with like the punishment or whatever, because I feel like I could read these both, but I don't know if I'm actually going to. So right now I'm not going to do a punishment, but if by the time I edit and I'm uploading this video, which will be at the end of the month, if I'm not finished both of these, I will do a punishment. Earlier this month I decided if for the next few whenever I have to do a punishment for this game, I'm going to switch it up. Normally I do an extra roll, but I have decided I'm going to switch it up and do a random number generator. We'll do like each shelf on my bookshelf of unread books and then pick a random book with that. Just to switch it up. It'll force me to read books maybe I wasn't planning on reading for a while and actually get to some different books. So that's what I'm going to do instead. So if I end up needing to take one this month, I will just add that into this video. I just have this weird hope and this weird feeling that I can read this much in like 9 days. If I have any left, it'll only be 1. I know that for sure. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. There's technically 1 book on here, but I'll just count it as a 4th shelf. I do have a few books down here, starting at Cultish, that I have not read. No, I've not read Harry Potter, but I don't know how I feel about talking about it on my channel that much, just because I don't support the author's beliefs. Shelf number 2. Not to spoil the rest of my TBR, but there is something on the shelf that I can't pick. So if it lands on that, we'll just go to the next option. So there are taking off that 1 that I can't read, there are 27 options. So let's generate 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, I'm actually excited about this. Okay, this is a good one. I don't really know what this one's about, other than it is like why choose reverse harem kind of book. I haven't read one before, so I'm interested to see how I feel about it. I think something like traumatic happens to her and then her life was changed because of it. They're about to learn just how cold Madison Kate can run. So that is also on my TBR for August. Anyway, been talking for a long time and I haven't even gotten into the TBR. So let's just get into it. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those mean the absolute world to me. My Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and Amazon wishlist will be linked in the description box below. And let me know in the comments what books you'll be reading in August, and let's get into my August TBR. So if you've never seen my TBR game before, it's pretty simple. I roll a die, and whatever number I get, I will go across, roll another one, go down where they meet. That's the prompt I use. If I get doubles, I do an extra roll. Should I start off with 4 or 5 rolls today? What do we think August is gonna be like? Let's just go with 5 rolls. Hopefully I don't regret it, and hopefully we don't get a bunch of doubles. I usually cap it off at about 8 because I just won't be able to read 8 books in a month. That's just not who I am, especially with how busy I am. So let's get into the first roll. For book number 1, we've got 6 across and 6 down. Oh good, we always get that, so that means I have 6 rolls. As soon as I got the first 6, I knew I was in trouble because for some reason, I don't know probability stuff, but for some reason, double 6s I get all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. For this prompt, I got 5-star prediction. That one is pretty easy and like a good book, so we love that. I have 2, so I don't know which one I should pick. I'm gonna go with A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I didn't get to this one this month. If you saw my July TBR, I was hoping to finish my TBR early and then be able to get to this one as well, but that just will not happen. I mean, it could, but I doubt it. So, this is the 3rd book in the ACOTAR series. I'm currently reading this for the first time. I'm doing a spoilery vlog, that was really hard for me to say, on this. So I'd like to get through this series before the new Crescent City book comes out, which is in January. So it's in theory a long ways away, but it's really not, especially when these books are huge. Once I get reading them, they're pretty fast, but you know, it's not a short one. It is, try not ruin this book for me, $6.99. She's not a small one, but can't really tell you what this is about. Everyone knows what ACOTAR is about, I think. Farah, she's just a regular girl. Then she kills a wolf that turns out to be a fae, so then she has to go live with a beast. She sees him as a beast at first in order to repay for what she did, and it goes a long way from there. But I haven't given either of the books that I've read 5 stars yet, but I'm just holding out hope. Or no, I did give, no, never mind, lie, I just lied straight to your face. I gave A Court of Mist and Fury 5 stars. That's what I'm picking for the first book. Starting off big, but now I can go according to that, pick some smaller books. I almost forgot we need to replace that prompt with face on the cover. Book number 2, the first roll, we've got a 2 across, oops, and a 5 down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got lowest rated on TBR. This takes it completely out of my hands, and I'm scared. I have a couple ideas, but I think there's a few that kind of fight for the last place. So let's go on Goodreads and see what it is. I think maybe it is this romance, but we'll see. Okay, so apparently I can't do screen recording on my iPad, so did not know that. But let's update this. We're on my Goodreads. Let's go to Own TBR. I keep this pretty updated. So this is sorry, you're gonna just see my ring light, but this is the highest rated. Oh no, it's publication year. A liar. I keep lying too. So here it is with average rating, but the highest rated right now. So let's go reverse. Yeah, it isn't the book that I thought it is. Quickly, before I show you the book, let's replace the prompt with young adult. So the lowest rated book on my TBR with a whopping rating of a 3.04. It only has 541 ratings. For this, I'll be reading Waiting for a Star to Fall by Carrie Clare. I don't really remember what this is about. It's a romance. Brooke has long been caught in the orbit of Derek, a rising political superstar. First he was her boss, then they were friends, and she became his confidant, and one person he shared everything with. And even though she had feelings for him, he's charming and handsome, respected and beloved. She never dreamed he'd feel the same way. Derek is so much older and could have anyone he wants. It turns out that who Derek wants is Brooke, and suddenly none of the reasons they shouldn't be together matter. They fall in love, and even though Brooke has to keep the relationship a secret, stealing weekends away with him, late nights with takeout after long days at work, and business trips that are always romantic whirlwinds, being close to him and her dreams of their future make everything worth it. But Derek becomes embroiled in a scandal, and the kind Brooke never could have imagined he'd be involved in, and she is forced to re-examine their relationship and make sense of the man she loves. So I kind of feel like I already know what's going to happen in this book, but we'll see. I am happy to get to this because this is one I don't know when I would have gotten to it, and it was one that was potential to unhaul without reading. So I'm excited. I love the cover of it. I think the cover of it is so cute. But it's just one that hasn't drawn me too much other than I see it sitting on my bookshelves for too long. So this is what those prompts are for. The ones that I don't get to pick the book for. This is to force me to read something I don't know when I would have read. So we'll see. Hopefully I enjoy it more than most people, but at least it's a short read. Our book number 3. Okay, we've got a 2. We're just gonna go with that. And 2, dang it. Okay, we got another double, so that means 7 books. So I got another double. So that one I could have like been cheated and been like, let's not count it because they both rolled off of the, I just roll them on my iPad, but we're just gonna do it. So now I have 7 rolls for August. But let's go do this one. So 1, 2, 1, 2. That is the prompt illustrated cover. Let's quickly replace that with highest rated. For the prompt illustrated cover, I decided to do myself a solid and pick a short one. And I'm gonna do A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the novella after A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's only like 229 pages. It should be like pretty quick, and I think I'll be in the mood for it right after reading A Court of Wings and Ruin. And it'll get me closer to finishing this series, but which we love to see. So this is an illustrated cover. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Help myself out since I have 7 books now that I have to read. For book number 4, we've got a 2, Don't Be Another 2, and a 4. For book number 4, we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the prompt friend group, which just means that the book needs to have a friend group in it, preferably like be centered around a friend group. Usually I do like a YA mystery for this, but I don't know, I can't remember if I have any. Let me replace this prompt with minority/BIPOC rep. I'll be honest, that took me a really long time because I had a hard time deciding, picking in between 2, and like actually I had like 5 out. And then I brought it down to 2, and so I just decided I'm gonna, again, give myself the option to read just one of the 2. I keep saying I never do it, and I've done it the last, like, 3 months. But I think it's fine, and it's just being me being nice to myself because I have to read 7 books. So I want to be, like, in the mood to read. But I did have one YA mystery. Someone Is Always Watching by Kelly Armstrong. This one I got pretty recently. Are a tight-knit group attending a local high school and falling in and out of love with each other, but an act of violence has caused a rift between Blythe and Tucker, and unexpected bursts of aggression and disturbing nightmares have started to become more frequent in their lives. Gabrielle is found covered in blood in front of their deceased principal with no memory of what happened. Cracks in their friendship as well as their own memories start appearing, threatening to expose long-forgotten secrets and could change the group's lives forever. How can Blythe and her friends trust each other when they can't even trust their own memories? This one, like, is very friend group, oriented. So choice number 2 is The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. This one wasn't really on my radar, and then I just like, my eyes went over it, and then I went, wait, I'm pretty sure this one is about a friend group. So, and then I read the back and I was like, this is why I bought it. I want to read this one. Sophie O'Neill left behind an envy-inspiring career and stressful competitive life of a big city, Chicago, to settle down with her husband and young son in small Texas town. Seems to be a perfect life, but then she gets bored and restless. She meets Margot Banks, an alluring socialite who is part of an elite clique, secretly known as the Hunting Wives. She's drawn in and swept into their mysterious world of late-night target practice and dangerous partying. As Sophie's curiosity gives way to full-blown obsession, she slips further away from the safety of her family and deeper into this nest of vipers. When the body of a teenage girl is discovered in the woods where the Hunting Wives meet, Sophie finds herself in the middle of a murder investigation and her life spirals out of control. So I'll read one of these. This is for rule number 5. Should be our last, but it is not. We've got a 3 and a 1. Last regular roll. I don't know if I've put this, I feel like I thought this in my head, but I really don't know if I said this in a video. I'm only going to do punishment rolls or like doubles on our main 5 rolls, like the rolls that were mandatory. If I get doubles on the next 2 rolls, they don't count as punishment or an extra roll. 1, 2, 3, 1. This is perfect. So I got current most anticipated read, and I have it right here, so I don't even have to go to my bookshelves. For this, I'm finally gonna read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I've been scared to read this, and honestly, I'm scared to read it this month too because my TBR is gonna be so long, but this one's like 500 pages or just under. And this is like the most hyped book probably of the year so far, honestly. I don't really know what this is about. Also, I do have the pretty sprayed edges version, and I just really want to get to this so I can pre-order the second one with the sprayed edges. So I want to know if I like it in order to do that. We follow Violet, who was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life among books and history. Now her mom, who is the commanding general, has ordered her to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away because dragons don't bond to fragile humans. They incinerate them. There are fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets. Most will kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her for being her mother's daughter. Like Xaden, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. Hopefully I like it. We will see, and this will be a huge priority for me this month. I'll replace that prompt with, number or color in the title. Book number 6, I've got a 4 across and 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got the prompt to fantasy, which normally isn't bad, but I already have 3 on here, and 2 of them are big, so I don't know what I want to read. I gotta find something a bit smaller. I guess we'll just replace it with that. The prompt is most recent release, the one that fell up. For fantasy, I decided to go with one that's like, it's not in the fantasy section of the bookstore. But it's maybe like magical realism. I don't know what this book is considered. I'm like 99% sure it's not in the fantasy section at my bookstore. But I'm finally going to read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I've wanted to read this one for quite a while. Nora. She ends up in the Midnight Library. She's living with a life full of misery and regret, and she feels like she's let everyone down, including herself, but things are about to change. The books in this library show her different lives she could have lived, or what could have happened if she did things differently. So I'm interested to finally read this. People love this book. My mom read it and enjoyed it. Every time I do my TBR videos, I'm just reminded of how many books on my TBR I really want to read. So I don't need to be buying books out here. Like, this was a good reminder that I have so many good books to read already, because I'm really trying not to buy books at the moment. So Yeah, this is what I'm gonna read for fantasy. Okay, let's do the last rolls for August for this TBR. Let's get 5 across. Hopefully it's a good book, a good prompt, and 5 down. Again, this does not count as doubles, or it counts as doubles obviously, but it does not count as getting another book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I am so scared for this one. It is reverse page count. So, with this, you go with the last book I read and find the last page and whatever that is, reverse the number and find a book with that many pages. I don't know if I should do the book that I'm reading currently or the last book I read fully. Let me just replace that so I don't forget, because I will. Booktuber favorite. The last book that I read was the Agathas. That one is $3.95, so it'd be $5.93. But I feel like I should be nice to myself and go with Ugly Love. The closest ones to $5.93 are After by Anna Todd with $5.82. Says Goodreads. For the ones for Ugly Love and the Agathas, I looked at when the book actually ends, not including acknowledgements, or Mile High by Liz Tomford, which I do really want to read, but this says it's 603 pages, and I just don't think I can fit that in this TBR. Ugly Love, however, is $3.22 with the epilogue, so $2.23. The closest one Goodreads says is If I Stay by Gail Forman. So I don't really know what to go with, because I don't really want to read If I Stay. I feel like I put it on a couple TBRs and I never read it. Like, it's always my last priority, and I know it would be for this one as well. I do want to read Mile High, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to read all of this. I'm going to go with what this prompt I think was originally written as, and do the reverse page count of the last book I read. So the Agathas, which was $3.95, so $5.93 is closer to $6.03 than it is to $5.82 by 1 page. Forget everything I just said. I went and got Mile High, and I have the printed copy, and it is way shorter. It was like $4.74 or something. I can't remember. I think that was maybe how many pages it was. But yeah, like, that's not even close. And yeah, there is a version, I guess, that is that long, but the version I have is not. So I just went and looked at my book to see which books are actually around the page count either side. We're left with these two. These ones are pretty accurate. This one looks longer, but it's because it has a bunch of pages from the next book. I don't honestly feel like reading either of these, so I'm gonna be annoying and put them both on my TBR and let myself pick, because I will pick this one if I have time, I think, because it is more, this was the Agatha's page count reversed, so the last book I finished. But I really don't know if I'm gonna have time to read this. So if I don't and I have time to read something, I will read this one as Ugly Love's page count opposite. Sorry, this one's confusing, but it's the end of the video, so I'm tired. These videos take me forever to film. If I put all the options, this TBR looks huge and way out of my possibilities. But take 2 of these books off. Still huge, probably out of my possibilities, but we'll see. So let's go over the prompts. So I've got Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros for current most anticipated read. A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas for 5-star prediction. A Quarter Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas for illustrated cover. I have them all on my over there to remind me what the prompts are. Waiting for a Star to Fall by Carrie Clare for lowest rated on TBR, and Midnight Library by Matt Haig for fantasy. And then either If I Stay or After for reverse page count, and either The Hunting Wives by May Cobb or Someone Is Always Watching by Kelly Armstrong for friend group. I'm so indecisive today. This was a hard one for me. There's too many good books out there, okay? That is my TBR for August. Wish me luck, because I am definitely gonna need it. I am about to start like a challenge for me personally with like other life stuff, and it's gonna be all pretty much at least 3 weeks of August. If you want to check that out, that'll be on my other channel. I'm gonna vlog it. But that is gonna be a big priority for me, so I am nervous about my reading. Likely I'll have a punishment in September, but who knows? I am also, part of that challenge is waking up earlier and being more productive throughout my day. So reading is part of that for me. Wish me luck on this August TBR. Let me know in the comments down below what is on your August TBR. And let me know if you've read any of the books that I'm planning on reading in August and what you thought of them. If you've made it to the end, comment maybe like a mind blown emoji. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those will mean the absolute world to me. My Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and Amazon wishlist will be linked in the description box below if you're interested in checking any of those out. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!